What is up, worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flipping Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. Anyway, sales for me have been decent overall, right? I have double the inventory that I did last year. Thank God, huge deal. Was able to parlay what I did last year into double the inventory this year. And that being said, across all platforms, I'm down about 30%. So if you do the math, if I would have stayed the same, how bad that would have affected me. Now, with the addition, again, being small, being agile, right? I'm up with my side gigs. Like overall, I am up almost 30% year over year in revenue, which is just awesome. You fish where the fish are, right? And right now, that's exactly it. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk some more about those businesses. I am excited about them. It occurred to me as I'm figuring out what I'm doing and what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. As I'm taking a personal inventory of my business, right? Not of the products, but of the direction and whatnot. That there are businesses that I have started. This is not my first business, but that I started when I was younger and that ultimately failed. And upon reflection of my 20-year-old business plan, business model, and the way that I handled that with a 40-something mindset, pushing 50, not quite there, but still, I'm looking at it and realize, as I think a lot of us can, both about things in the past as well as things that we're doing now, the reason it didn't make it was not that the business plans weren't viable. The problem with the whole scenario was that a 20-year-old was trying to run the thing. So looking back at it, it's like, man, the problem with this one was that. But if I did this now, instead of doing it that way, I could bring it so much more efficient. So that's what I'm doing. And this is my channel as far as reselling and whatever it takes to make a buck. I have two different businesses that I used to run that went fairly well. But again, with a 20-year-old mindset, right? I have started on both of them because, why do something piecemeal? I started both of them already, buying supplies for them, and I am about to I'm about to go in on advertising and buy some signs for one of them. Another one I generally get in flyer form, but even now the 1 ounce postage is ridiculous, like 70 something cents. I think last time I did it, it was like 30, I don't know, 40 cents, right? 2000, year 2000, so whatever that is, literally 25 years ago, but the flyers were effective. So I may still, in piecemeal, do it the exact same way as customer acquisition on that one. But the second one that I told you I'm going to be looking at getting signs for, the customer acquisition is too expensive. It took me too long to gain the customers, where in and of itself, the service that I provided was profitable, but when you add the door-to-door sales of it, the customer acquisition costs too much, not only to have somebody else do it, but just to do it. If I go out a day and drum up $500 worth of business, or 200 or 100, depending on the day, one day nothing, those days happen. But anyway, say $200-300 worth of business that day, but it takes me the better part of another day to make it. That's not real money, And in all honesty, some of the side hustles that I have been knocking out right now isn't what I consider to be real money either. So if I can do more than that, then that's better. I have told y'all from the beginning that Jamestown trading and all of the reselling, I love it. I'm going in my mind to do it forever in one form or another. However, it is a catalyst to the next things that are already on my list. So if I can take $20 and $30 an hour side gigs and Jamestown, if I can take those, and I have great times with Jamestown that far exceed that. I'm not saying that, but there are times where I've made myself an income, but not a business, right? On some of them. So what I'm trying to say is if I can add in some $60 and $100 hours on top of that, that makes life better. That gets me to the end goals quicker. Matter of fact, as time has gone on, I am getting closer to one of what I ultimately see will be the main gigs, which is real estate. And as far as the nest egg, I am getting very close relative to everything, close compared to where I've been on real estate, of being able to buy some other revenue generating property. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting closer. I can see it. Like I'm already doing the figures. If I stretched and if I did this and if I did that, then I could probably handle that one. And that's not a good enough position for me to be in. I know a lot of people say, well, real estate doesn't take any money. I'm not comfortable laying the credit I worked so hard for on the line just for it to go belly up. Like it's not a good look from my pocketbook, right? I want to keep what I have. But getting closer. Two things that I am doing. I used to work on furniture. Used to get paid real well to work on furniture, mostly in a commercial setting. So I have started buying the supplies for that. There's other, and the other one, in its current form, in the form that I had in my 20s, right? Was doing address numbers on the street curves with all the cool logos and stuff. And I'm not talking those nasty, oversprayed junk that some fly-by-nights do. I mean, this is quality work, right? And nevertheless, decent money. So instead of going door to door with that, I'm gonna put up signs and see how that works. If none of it works, it's not a lot of money out of my pocket. Like I can handle the loss, no big deal, right? So I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm buying 100 signs. They will be coming here the next week or two. So that's beautiful. Let me see what else. I did. One of the main components for the furniture is a kit that costs roughly $650 plus shipping. I was lucky enough to find one on eBay that was about 90% full. It's a color set basically, and it was 90% full. It had all of the colors, all of them about 90% full. Got that for like $250. So that is absolutely awesome. But I am running to the post office as it sits now on the way to one of the main side gigs that I do right now until I can amp these up, One of the side gigs, it occurred to me after working like 3.5, almost 4 hours on it, the total of money came up within 2 cents of what I used to make as a service call back in 2000, and it just kind of like jarred my memory, like, bro, you used to make decent money on your own, and you're spending a lot of time and a lot of effort in order to make the same amount that you made 20 something years ago in 1 hour. So like, redirect, and it's funny how all of this stuff shows up to kind of let me know which way I'm headed, and I do believe that both businesses, like I say, I supported a family of 5 on the addresses when I was 20 in a 2-story house. I mean, if you do it right, it's a beautiful thing. So adding that to what I currently do, it's going to be awesome. Also, I'm opening up Jamestown to the local venue, which is beautiful. I'm going to start offering local delivery, like personal local delivery, cutting out the post office, cutting out eBay and stuff, like actually selling to the public here and advertising such for 30, right at 30% discount. I think I figured out maybe 25, but I think it's going to be 30, and offering next day delivery in my whatever 30-mile radius. So I think that's going to be cool. The advertising's got to hit. I got to go to the post office. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. But with all of these businesses, it's so easy to spread yourself too thin, right? And there's a high potential about that when you diversify, period. But I've looked at all of these, and I do believe that I can make them complement each other rather than take away from each other, right? There's times during this main side gig that I'm fixing to do that I'll be able to lay the advertising and stuff for the other ones. So I think it's going to be beautiful. Them stairs kind of made me, I'm getting old. But no, beautiful, beautiful. I think it is time with any business to take a look at what's working, what's not, and what opportunities there are for the future, even if it's not in the path that you were quite looking for. And like I say, business has been good. I just have time, free time, where I'm not putting packages together, where I'm not shopping, and I need to capitalize on those more in order to get the biggest bang for my buck. I do see a second shipping container on the horizon, which I think is going to be great, not only for Jamestown, but also quite possibly for the furniture. So that may either be one or two. I'm not sure at this point, but I know that one has to be climate controlled regardless whether it's for Jamestown or not, because the inventory that I do have that needs climate control is growing within the house. And I can see that one day it in and of itself will overflow. I do see that on the horizon. Like I said, I'll show you the signs when I get those. I think that's cool to jumpstart at least first the addresses, if not the furniture. And I do believe the addresses are going to overflow into parking lot striping as well as power washing, because those businesses go hand in hand, and also the parking lot sealing. So add all that stuff up. I mean, those are all things that I can hire out that are less, I'm gonna say it, but it's not totally accurate, that are less specialized than picking merchandise, right? You know, because for those of y'all that are resellers, you know there's a skill with that. There's also a lot of information there that you don't necessarily want to get out, like where you get it, how you get it, what you're looking for, those kind of things. You know, I think as resellers, I know that y'all have noticed that I kind of hide that stuff because I believe that that's important, because when it all boils down to it, me and you and I, we're competition. I mean, period. And I have seen resellers that'll go into stores and show you exactly what they're buying, and then 50 other resellers buy the exact same thing and then undercut the price. So not cool. So the market is big enough for all of us, but I think we all have our special niches. Then I do believe the riches are in the niches, or niches, or I don't know, it doesn't rhyme so well that way. But anyways, I told y'all about the surgery. It did get put off. I went the other day and it had to get rescheduled. So matter of fact, I've had to change surgeons because the clinic that was going to do it is too far outside of my area for me to feel comfortable taking care of myself and taking care of my dog and the business and all that. It was just too far away. I went over there. They went to reschedule. I have a new surgeon now that will allow me to, when it happens, when it's scheduled, to do it here locally, so that's a beautiful thing. I'm hoping sometime in the next month I can knock that out. This was kind of a dry run that let me know, really, even though I was gonna do it anyway, sometimes you jump in when you're not ready, but let me know that my house wasn't in order to take a few days off for it. I didn't even take off of the business. I took off 1 day on one marketplace. That was it. Like, I told myself, you can just handle the rest. You know, if I have 10 packages over a 24-hour period, that means I can put one together every 2.5 hours and make it work, right? You know, that kind of deal, which may still hold true. That's a little, I should give myself more rest. They're telling me I need more rest. But either way, I'll let y'all know as things develop with that. I did not hear from the new surgeon this week, although I have already been referred to. I was expecting a call today, but I think today's Thursday, maybe tomorrow. If not, on Monday, I should have more information about that. Hope y'all are doing well. I hope sales are just chiming off. I know we're entering the busy season, you know, bar summer slowdown, right? And that wasn't much of anything last year. I do seem to be ramping up after the April 15th, because I normally take a nosedive right around there. It seems like the people that normally have more money are having to pay taxes and stuff, so they're not spending as much. It seems to affect me, even though I sell generally budget-friendly items. People are definitely seem to be tightening the belt all over the place. But like I said, business for me is getting pretty decent. I mean, I had roughly 10 packages rolling out this morning. I, for the first time in quite some time, had filled up a full 27-gallon tote day before yesterday or whatever, coming off the weekend. So that was beautiful. It was overflowing. I almost needed 2 totes in my bin. I do have another story to tell you tomorrow, so I'm going to save that for then. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you tomorrow or the next day. Bye.